So Promobricks has confirmed that Lord of the Rings is going to be returning to LEGO in 2023, January 1st, 2023 at that, and I cannot wait to get my hands on these sets on day one. So looking at these pictures, we have pictures of 3 sets and we have some information about a 4th set which you're going to want to stick around for because that 4th set is very significant, which I will cover at the end of this video. So the 3 sets we have images for are all brickheads, so nothing too, fantastic, but the brickheads are quite strong. Let's have a look at the cheapest brickhead. We have Gollum and Frodo. This is going to run you for $15, €15 and £12.99 in the UK. And it's quite a small brickhead pack because one of the brickheads is actually smaller than, your usual brickhead size, because that is of course Gollum. I don't like the look of Gollum at all. I think without the reference of Frodo, Gollum as a standalone character, you would look at that on a shelf and I don't think you'd immediately come to the conclusion that that's Gollum. I wouldn't, at least anyway. It just looks nothing like Gollum, but I guess it's then hard to make Gollum because he's such a weird looking character. So you've got to give some, creative liberty there with the designers, how even just the shape of the body, it's tough because Gollum's got such a distinguished body shape. He's dead thin, he's skinny, the way he walks on all fours, it's very iconic. But brickheads by their nature are very stature in their pose, they're very straight backs. They've got to be quite chunky because that's just how they are fundamentally designed, and they're basically the opposite sort of pose is what Gollum usually is, when he's hunched over and stuff like that. So it is really hard to make Gollum as a brickhead. I don't think I could do better, but I just don't see Gollum when I'm looking at this brickhead. However, Frodo, looking at the detail on Frodo there, looks absolutely fantastic. I love the printing on his torso. I love how he's got a green emerald cape to go along with the dark red. I think the colour combo there works really well, and overall this is a really good set for the price. So taking a look at the second brickhead pack, which I do prefer a lot more, it is Gandalf and Balrog. Now the Balrog looks ridiculous, and looking at the piece count and the size of the Balrog, you can understand why this is going to cost a bit more at $20, €20 and £17.99 in the UK. And I still think that is a fantastic price because there is, I think, 348 pieces in this. 348 pieces, and it's going to cost, what, £18, $20? That price per piece ratio is absolutely fantastic. So I can't wait to get my hands on this. There's no temptation for me to wait for a sale or anything like that. This is just a day one buy for me. The Gandalf, I think, looks good. Nothing spectacular. I think what's bothering me is the way the hat is made. We don't have the best quality images, unfortunately, but you can kind of see the hat is quite a... I'm not sure what I would do differently though at the same time. It just doesn't really convince me. I think the hat needs to be a bit longer, or taller I should say. It's quite short, the hat design. The hat is like as tall as the brickhead's forehead, and Gandalf's forehead compared to the hat in the actual Lord of the Rings films, his hat's like 20 times longer than that. So I think that's why I'm not really falling in love with the brickhead for Gandalf here, because the proportions aren't completely correct, but it's still a solid brickhead pack, especially that Balrog. I love that Balrog. And so the third one is going to be Arwen and Aragorn. So Aragorn looks fantastic. This is also going to cost you, the same as the Balrog and Gandalf one at $20, €20 and 18 Great British pounds. And I think the colour for Arwen's dress, the sort of minty green colour, is a really interesting colour, and the tiara, the diadem, looks really interesting as well, because I'm not really sure if that's just a print or if that's a piece. I believe it's a print. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a print, but it's a really cool print. And I think obviously the printing on Aragorn just looks fantastic. This really does look like Aragorn, by the way. It really does. And yeah, so that is the only 3 images we have of the new Lord of the Rings sets. Now, there is confirmed by Promobricks there is going to be a direct-to-consumer set coming later in 2023. Now, the rumours I have gotten, I've got a soft rumour about the release date. It's going to be in the first half or even first quarter of 2023, which is very, very soon. So it's going to be within the next 4 months at this point. And I can't wait for that. The price is, you know, pretty much agreed upon in the community to be $500, which is a lot of money, and that's the same price as the recent UCS style Hogwarts Express set, which released with a Harry Potter theme, of course. That was $500. That was also €500, and I believe it was £429.99. So expect the same sort of price for this LEGO Lord of the Rings direct to consumer set. Now the rumour is that it's going to be a Rivendell, and that's a heavily strong rumour as well going around on Instagram. And Rivendell I think will be absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping it's not going to be a microscale Rivendell, sort of like the microscale Hogwarts Castle set we got back in 2018, because I want a lot of minifigures in this, and when you build a microscale set you often get a few minifigures on a plaque, like we saw with the Helicarrier and the Hogwarts Castle, of course. But I would want loads of minifigures with Rivendell. You know, I'd want the whole Fellowship of the Ring or the elves, everything like that, because as far as we know, these are the only Lord of the Rings sets we're getting, and if we're only going to get one Lord of the Rings set, which is going to come with minifigures, I want that set to come with as much minifigures as possible. Do I think these are the only Lord of the Rings sets we're going to get? No. These are just the only Lord of the Rings sets we know about. There is probably going to be some sort of summer wave. I don't know how big it will be. I have no information on that whatsoever, but I think it will be very bizarre for LEGO just to release 4 sets and 3 of them being brickheads for Lord of the Rings, considering how popular and how in demand Lord of the Rings is as a theme to come back. I imagine this might be a test run even, and going into next year, well, in 2024 I mean, we would see, you know, a full-on LEGO Lord of the Rings wave with like play sets, you know, like Harry Potter and Star Wars has. But we'll have to see. This is all the information we know so far. I am very, very hyped, but make sure to start saving for that $500 or 430-ish pounds Rivendell direct consumer set coming in the first half of 2023. Again, I'm 90% sure that's what it is, that's what people are saying, so you know, we don't have an image yet, and until we have an image, don't be 100% confident that it's going to be that, but you know, we're pretty sure it's going to be that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you found it useful, and I'll see you guys soon for another LEGO video. I'll see you there.